Happy New Year, everyone. It's Pam from GlamJunkJournals, and today I'd like to share with you my latest journal. This is a vintage French Folio junk journal. I just completed this yesterday, and I'm so excited with how it turned out. The inspiration for this journal was two French tapestries, and you can see one along the front and one along the back. I got these at a thrift store and they measure about 10 by 10. So I was trying to figure out how I could incorporate both of them without folding the image in half or cutting it up, because I knew I wanted these two images of these tapestries, these gorgeous couples on the front, to be the focal point of my journal. So I came up with a folio style journal that you'll see as we go in. It opens to one side and then the other. So that worked really well. This is constructed from an Amazon box and it measures 8.5 by 10. It's got a 2.5-inch spine. There are 2 signatures in this journal and 106 pages. And what I started with was the Amazon box, and I covered it with this gorgeous upholstery fabric. As you can see, it is a thicker fabric. It is from a thrift store, and I just love the coloring of it, and I knew it would go really well with these 2 French tapestries. And I don't know what these were originally used for. If anyone does, please let me know. But they came in a set at my local thrift shop, and I just knew I had to have them. They are absolutely gorgeous. And so what I did is I built my layers, as you know I do. I lined the Amazon box all the way around with the with the tapestry upholstery fabric there. And then on top of that, I glued both of my French tapestries to it. I didn't want to add a lot of embellishments to the cover because these images speak for themselves. So what I did along the top is I added some flowers from my stash and some tulle, and then along the ribbon here I added some rose gold tulle and some gold trim here. And on the side I always make a long snippet roll with the fabric and lace that is used in the journal. Here's some leftover. I always make a long one, and I use whatever I can in the journal, and in this particular case I had some leftover. Yay! So anyways, let's go inside. So this is a silk ribbon closure, and it's just wrapped around the journal. And here is the inside. So the signatures were attached on the left-hand side of the folio, and you'll see that as we go in. On the inside of the Amazon box, on the 3 pages of the interior, I lined it with some vintage scrapbook paper and then Mod Podged over the top for durability. I created a pocket with some fabric coordinating that I also got at a thrift store, and added some lace and some ribbon. And I love the way the black and the rose gold brings out all the patterns in this journal. Got some a pocket here with some tags that I made on the inside. And this graphic you'll see throughout the journal. I got this from Casey Michelle Art. She does gorgeous digitals in her shop, and this is the French themed one. It was maps. And on the back side of this is from a book that I got at a thrift store called The Mode in Costume. And I've used this in other journals, and I think it's just fabulous. It was like a textbook, and all of these pictures were drawn by the author, and it goes through fashion throughout the ages. So I pulled out ones from the French 1700s and 1800s on for this journal. Here's a doily that I layered with some tulle and some lace, and a vintage applique that I got from a friend of mine. Thank you very much. And on the inside, I made a pocket, so it is, you know, you can put things in there. This is really cool. I got this at a flea market, and look at how gorgeous this is. This is embossed, and I can't read exactly what it says. It says from Marion something or other. Don't know. But look at this. It is an original. And I absolutely am in love with this. This is all gold embossing. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. And it also had the envelope. And I can't read when it was postmarked, but this is the original that it came in. So I just thought that that went wonderful inside that pocket. And then on the next page, I created 2 corner pockets with some Edith Holden papers and a little book plate with Dream in the middle. And here is another graphic. This is from the Graphics Fairy, and I cut out a bunch of appliques from a large piece of fabric that I have, and you'll see this throughout the journal. And I added some bling and a vintage handkerchief that has been avocado dyed on that. And then here is a flip up. This is a lace blouse that I cut up. I added some beaded trim at the top, and when you flip that up, there's an image of a French postcard, and I added some additional stamps and some lace at the bottom. And all of the pages in this book have been tea stained, and this I added some additional stenciling. I love the flourish stencil. I've used that throughout. And here's another image from the Mode in Costume. See there, that's the title there. Got some writing space, a couple of tags made out of some 2-sided scrapbook paper. Here's some Tim Holtz vellum, vintage music, writing space, another tag I created, and there's more from that book, and my friend's graphics from Casey Michelle Art. And then there is some more images from the Mode in Costume. Don't you love that? Oh my gosh. Got some more stenciling, writing space. And on this page, I created a little seed packet there and added some bling and some fabric and lace. And then we've got a bunch of journaling cards on the inside of that, and a cute little envelope with another card inside for writing. All have been tea stained. And then on this side, we've got another tag right here, and vellum that I folded over. And this, I'm so proud of this. I just got a Sizzix Big Shot Plus, and I was messing around with some of the dies that I have. And so this is a rose die, so I put that on a piece of cardstock and just was messing around with it. And I love how it turned out, so I put that in there. I love the roses. I've got some wedding trim at the bottom. And then on the other side, there's some writing space with some more vellum. And on this, here's a little flip up here that I added some lace and just scraps from my stash. And this is an image from the Sears Roebuck catalog. I thought those looked rather French, so I stuck that in there. And all of the pages have been sewn with a zigzag stitch all the way around. Look at this graphic, and it says France right here, and it is a map of France, and on the top there is a gorgeous flower. I'm not sure what kind it is because I'm not good at flowers, but I absolutely love this. This is from Casey Michelle Art. It is absolutely beautiful. We've got some writing space. Oh yes, and here I did a little shaker page. Here is, I was playing around with my Sizzix Big Shot, and this intricate die was very fragile, so I thought, how am I going to use that in my journal? Because without it, it was kind of too flimsy and would have torn. So I added some sequins on the inside and covered it with plastic. So it's kind of my shaker bag here, so you can see all the little sequins. And added some lace on the closure. Got more writing space, some cardstock, scrapbook paper. And here's a pocket that I made with some vintage toile. Toile is so French, and I absolutely love that pattern, so that went really well. Most of, I should say, about 90% of the fabric in here I've purchased at thrift stores and washed it and ironed it, and I'm just, you guys know I love to do that. That's my favorite thing. So that's what 90% of this is recycled fabrics and clothing that I've cut up and that kind of stuff. So that's really fun to do. I added a little button here, and there's another journaling card. Isn't that cute, with some stamps on there? A little tuck there. And on the top there are some cards. Isn't that pretty? You can write on the back of that one. And this I think is really cool. I got this at the Paris Street Flea Market, which is a flea market in the summer down in Littleton, Colorado. And this lady was selling these cards, and look at that card. Isn't that awesome? It says, "You are amazing, remember that." And I thought that the coloring just went so well with the book, and I of course added my little flourishes, my lace and toile and ribbon, and then we have some stenciling on that side, some more rose paper for writing, vintage music, more vellum, more tags, writing space. I created a card right here, and I sprayed it with some glimmer mist and added some embellishments along the top, and I used liquid pearls to accent the rose and the Eiffel Tower. Yay! Little stamp on the bottom. Here's another page from the Moded costume. And on this side, here's a little flip out. I have some salvage lace, and this folds out. I've got writing space on that end. Got some stenciling, and then this is an image from King Richard. I thought that looked very French. Stuck that in there. And this, I was just messing around cutting out magazine images that I thought were pretty. So this was a chandelier, and what I did over that is I did some glitter Mod Podge, and I just thought it turned out really well, and I added it to a piece of cardstock, and then put another one of those appliques and added some liquid pearls on there. So I thought that looked really pretty and looks very French. More salvage lace. And these images, I put a couple of these images in this book, and let me show you where that came from. I think I've showed you guys this before. Look at this book. Beautiful Melodies. Got this at a thrift store, and this baby is big. It's got gorgeous music, and I can't even tell the date on it, but it's really, really old, and I just love that. And in the back, they have all these images of, I'm not sure if it was all the composers in there or just images that went well with the songs, but isn't that beautiful? So that's from that book. And on the other side, look at her. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Love it. More appliques. I did a vertical belly band, and I layered some, what is this, ticking with some lace and my applique. And on the inside I did create a pocket there, or excuse me, a little booklet that has been tied with some fabric scraps. And on the inside of this, look at that. Whoops, I had it upside down. Oh no. There, this side. This is from a calligraphy notebook or instructional booklet, and my daughter got me this for Christmas. It is fabulous. So it has all these different calligraphy images, or not images, tutorials that you can write calligraphy or learn how to. I don't think I would ever be able to do it. I don't know, but isn't that amazing? For anyone who does that out there, I am in awe. So I just thought that went really well in there. And then on this page, there's some more ticking. I created an envelope with some of that gold trim and salvage lace, and I added a little flower embellishment. This is made out of some images that I got from the graphics fairy, and then I tea stained, or actually I tea stained the paper first and then copied the image onto it. And then on the inside we've got a couple journaling cards and tags. So that looks really pretty hooked on there. Put that back. We've got more writing space, wedding trim, a little side pocket with some cardstock images from France. And here are some more images from the graphics fairy, and this is an actual postcard that I got at the Paris Street Market, and it was all French postcards. It was like a booklet of them, so I got about 30 of them. So those are fabulous. Writing space. There's another half of that book, the image. Writing space, vellum, doily, and then there is some of the upholstery fabric. I just cut out some of the roses and added that to the top. And on this page, here's a pocket with some of my, what do I call that? Why don't I know that? Brain lock. I'll think of it. And on the inside of that, I did a couple journaling cards. Tool, that's what it is. Geez. Okay. More images from the map from Casey Michelle Art. There is a tag. More mode in costume pages, writing pages, more maps. Here's the center of the second signature, and I added some of the salvaged lace that I had received, and this is a blouse that I cut up. More writing space, more lace, and this is a Mod Podge cutout from a magazine, and I sewed all the way around the edges. I did a stamp in the center and just kind of put a little collage together with some vintage postage stamps. More lace, and there's the other side of that doily. Got some vellum, writing space. Here's another one of those gorgeous images from the Beautiful Melodies book. Music, writing space, some stamps of some roses, another stamp, and here on the back, this is some more two-sided cardstock that I just added a little bit of lace at the top. And here's another envelope that I created. There's an applique from my friend. Here's more of the blouse that I cut up. I added some string pearls, and on the inside I've got some journaling cards and tags, and this is also from the graphics fairy. And look at the back. Is that the most beautiful thing ever? Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, I am so happy with how that turned out. And then along the back, now this is So if you remember, the signatures are on the left-hand side of the book. Here's the front cover. Here is the middle. And I attached a waterfall booklet with some wedding lace. And it has journaling pages all throughout. And then at the bottom, there's a little fold out here. And I put some writing space in there. So that's some envelopes that I had folded out. And then on, let me move this over. This is the other side of the folio. I created a little belly band with some of the fabric and a little bookmark with some embellishments on the top. So that just goes right back in there. And here's the other side of that gold trim. And so when you shut the book back up, this page goes, or I should say this side goes first, and this folds over. And let me show you the back. That is where the waterfall booklet is attached with some grommets on the inside. And since this book is so thick and made of upholstery fabric, I devised a ribbon closure that was very strong. So what I do is I just wrap it, the long piece around the back and the shorter pieces in the front, and you just tie it back in the center. And you pull it tight because it does like to open. And then you just put the bow back on. So there she is. I am in love with how this turned out. And I got these about, oh geez, at least 6 months ago. And I've been toying with how to use those in a journal because I knew I didn't want to cut them. I wanted them to be on full display. So I think it worked out very well. So there she is. And I hope you guys enjoyed this and are having a wonderful new year. Here's to 2021, and you know, I'm looking forward to a wonderful year doing junk journals and sharing them with you, and I hope you guys are looking forward to a new year also. So have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!